All right, but thank you very much for joining me. We're going to start lying down in your relaxation position. So we're going to start with a stretch. So placing your right foot across your left knee and just turning this right knee out, gently pressing on the knee to open, to perhaps relax your hip a little bit there. Staying with this if you prefer, otherwise you're going to draw your legs in towards you. So you can either hold your left thigh or the right foot and knee. So you're just easing the legs in, trying to press the tail down. And just take a few big breaths here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just try to relax your body and have that sense that you're just gently pressing the tail down. So you're trying to find a stretch somewhere around the right side of your bottom. So really letting the abdominals especially relax as you exhale. And then perhaps taking the legs slightly over to the right just to change and perhaps increase the stretch. And then while you're here, just going to circle the left ankle. Change direction. And then return back to the center, placing your left foot down and just bring your right leg into a single knee fold. So settling the pelvis so you feel that you've got that neutral, gentle curve in your lower back. Tummy switched on, and you're just going to do some little knee stirs here. So if you prefer, you could have a floppy lower leg, either is absolutely fine, but we're just trying to circle the thigh bone around. Keeping the pelvis as still as possible, and then change direction. And then just finishing the one that you're on, take hold of your band, or if you're using a scarf, and you're going to place it around the ball of your right foot. If you haven't got a scarf or a band, so you can hold on to the back of your leg. But just settling the pelvis, relax the body, and then send your leg forward and up towards the ceiling, just dropping your tail down into your mat. And just take a couple of big breaths here. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and relax. Shoulders, chest, ribs, belly. Just with a little bit of pressure, tension down through your tail into the floor, so you feel that stretch through the back of your leg. And then maybe just bringing the toes a little bit closer towards you, pushing your heel up to the ceiling to increase the stretch. And then we're just going to take this into a moving hamstring stretch. So take a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, connecting the tummy, you're just going to lengthen the leg away and down towards the floor. Drawing the ribs down, the tummy in, leg nice and active, and then point your toes into the band, heavy tail, and just bring your leg back up towards the ceiling. And again, so breathing out, leading with the heel, softening the chest, the ribs, connecting the tummy, opening this right hip, so really stretching the leg away. Inhale, point. Take the leg back up to the ceiling. Good, twice more. So ideally we're trying to keep the pelvis in its neutral position. So as the leg lowers down, just be aware that you're trying not to increase the curve in your lower back. And as the leg comes back up, try not to flatten the curve out. Just one more of these. So hip extension and then hip flexion as you bring the leg back up. And then from here, walking your hands up your band, your scarf or your leg, whichever one you're doing, slide your left leg along the floor. So we are going to roll up and down. So if you know that's not right for your back today, maybe just go into a curl up. Right, we'll stay stretching. Take a breath in. As you exhale, pushing the leg forward, lift your head, scoop your tummy. So you may just want to come up to here and then lay back down again. Otherwise, you're going to come all the way over your sit bones, softening your knees, and restack from the tail out through the top of your head. Take a breath in. Exhale, scoop the tummy. So find your C shape first, so arms and shoulders will be forward. Left leg very heavy on the floor. Sink your sacrum to your mat with your tummy and then start to lift the leg. Lay the head down. Inhale, go for the big stretch. Exhale, push the leg away. Scooping the tummy, smoothly rolling up. So remember, you could always put, if you've got a towel or something or cushion behind your lower back, just make sure it's not too big. And again. So you could let go if you wanted to. Just do one holding onto the leg, pushing away. Just see how that feels. For some of you, you might find it easier. Sitting up straight, tilt the pelvis, stretch the leg. Push your leg into your hands if you're doing this one. And then just one final one. And if anybody wants to, just going to let go. Obviously, a bit more challenging. So lift the head, scoop the tummy. Probably feeling it. But use your abdominals a lot more. And then sit up straight. Breathing out. Start to lift the leg. And then just take your arms back if you're doing this version. Sink the chest, sink the ribs. Stretch both legs. Bring your hands to the back of the thigh. And as you exhale, just go into a little curl up. So pushing your leg into your hands, that's going to allow your spine possibly to flex a bit more, elbows open. Lifting the other leg just off the floor. Just take a few big breaths here. So really trying to hollow out the abdominals, flexing the spine. And for those of you that want to, you're going to let go and breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keep stretching the legs, lifting the chest, sinking your tummy. And then lay back down. I'm going to repeat all of that on the other leg. So left foot crosses, right knee. And just gently turning the leg out. Sorry, just noticed something on the screen. I wasn't sure what it was. And either staying like this or drawing your legs in towards you. So now feeling that stretch around the left side of your bottom. A couple of big breaths here. Just let your body relax as much as you can. So that left hip will be really flexing. Let your tummy relax, and it'll probably allow a bit more movement there. And at the same time, pressing your tail downwards. Taking your legs slightly over to your right. And then circling your right ankle. And then change direction. Just getting that ankle joint to loosen up a little. And then placing the right foot down. Just come into your single knee fold. Again, you could have floppy lower leg if you prefer, but just organize your pelvis now. Drop your tail, tummy switched on. And you're just going to do your little knee stirs. So just stirring your thigh bone around in the hip joint. Trying to keep your pelvis still. Change direction. And then from here, taking hold of your band. So again, coming into your hamstring stretch. So remember, if you're using a band or a scarf, make sure it's not rolled up. So it's nice and smooth across the ball of your foot. Settle the pelvis, relax your shoulders, and then send your leg away and up towards the ceiling, dropping the back of your pelvis heavily down into the floor. Just take a few big breaths here. Exhale. Shoulders, chest, ribs just softening. And again. Drawing the toes perhaps a bit closer, pushing the heel up towards the ceiling. So we're feeling a bit more of a calf stretch as well as the hamstring. And then just relax the ankle a little. As you breathe out, tummy switched on, and you're going to lengthen your left leg away and down towards the floor. And although we want to keep a gentle curve, if anything, I think of almost trying to flatten your back with your abdominals. You get more of a hip stretch. Point your toes into the band, heavy tail to bring the leg back up. And again, exhale, lengthen and lower. Inhale to lift. So just 2 more of these. Trying to relax your neck, your shoulders. Arms are going to have tension because you're holding this band. But just start to notice where the tension is and can you let some of it go. And last one of these. Finishing with the leg reaching up towards the ceiling. And then walking your hands up the band, sliding right leg along the floor. Take a breath in. Exhale. Push the leg forward, scoop the tummy, lift your head round your back. So just try not to sort of sway towards the leg with the band on it. So try and stay as square as you can. Tilt the pelvis. Find your C shape. Find your sacrum bone. Flatten it into the mat and then lift the leg. Keep stretching them away from you. Perhaps you have a little bit more resistance. Lay down and now go for the nice stretch where you pull the leg in to go again. So pushing forward, abdominals drawing back. Over your sit bones, soften your knees to sit up. And then tilt the pelvis. And then lay back down. So stay with the band if you prefer. Otherwise, hold on to the back of your leg. Pull it in. Push it away to roll up, soften, scooping, and really let the leg feel heavy in your hands. Draw your tummy away from your leg. And as you lay down, let your neck relax. Enjoy this stretch. And then from here, if you want to, just take the arms away. Palms forward might be better actually. Pushing forward, scooping the tummy. Noticing where's your tight area perhaps where you have to probably do a little bit of a jolt to get you up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Scooping the tummy. Lifting the leg. Taking the arms back. Now really stretch both legs. Reach through your arms. Sink your chest, your ribs, your tummy. Lift your arms, lift your head. Come forward. Lift the other leg just off the floor. So elbows east and west. Quick breath in. Of course, you take a rest whenever you want. I can't really see you, so you can do what you need to do. But you're trying to keep the spine flexing, keep lifting up through your chest and down through your belly. Depending on how you're feeling right now, if you want to, take your arms away. Breathing out. You can bring your hands behind your head. In many ways harder. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And just lay back down on your mat. Let your head gently roll from side to side. And then just get organised into your relaxation position. So cushion, if you're using one, behind your head, not jammed into your neck. Feet hip width apart. Arms either alongside or open, doesn't matter for now. But I want you just imagine that you're laying on a train track, your feet, your hips, and your shoulders. So first of all, just doing some nice, gentle tilts. So just letting your lower back melt into the mat, peel the tail away, and then gently rock in the opposite direction. So nice and easy, just gentle rocking motion. Just noticing how it has a knock-on effect all the way up your spine to your head. And then just settle into your neutral position. So from here, you're now going to slide your right hip towards your right armpit. So you're still on your train tracks. Your sacrum is still connecting with your mat. Return so your hips are level, other side. So you're shortening one waist and lengthening the other. Return. So your feet and knees and hips are still hip width apart. You're just sliding up and down. So thigh bones will be moving forward and back. And then settle so your hips and knees are level. And then press into your right foot, connect the right side of your bottom only, and just lift just a little way away from your train track and release. Left foot, left glute, pick it up and lower. And again. So, as I say in class, if you need to, either hands on your bum or lift your toes up, just to really pattern that so you feel floor, heel, glute, release. Floor, heel, glute, release. So we're aiming to get into the crease of the bottom. So just notice if it's going elsewhere. So noticing perhaps if it's going more into the back of your leg on one side, or more into the inner thigh on one side. And then you're going to do the same movement with your hip, but without any help from the floor, your foot, or your bottom. So you'll probably barely be able to move, but just think of lifting your right hip up towards the ceiling. Release. Left hip up. Release. So hopefully now, bottom's completely relaxed, you're not pushing through your feet. But in order to do that small movement, you probably feel muscles now just kind of inside your hip bones, which when we do a hip roll, this is what we want to be trying to feel. So don't be worried if you're not moving hardly at all. Probably feeling your waist getting involved as well. And then just settle back in the center. So we're just going to combine those movements into your pelvic circle. So start by dropping the tail, circle to the right, flatten your back into the mat, continue that circle around. So start quite slowly to begin with, really try to have a little bit of you in contact with the mat, all the way around the back of your pelvis. And actually with this, you might find it's easier or nicer if you open your arms and try and stay as relaxed as you can in your upper body. So really good for our proprioception, so our body awareness. And if that's going okay and you're not missing any parts of those circles, start to go quicker. Really just noticing yourself as you get quicker and quicker. When does it stop becoming a circle? More just a fidget. And then slow right down and start to go the other way. So go very slowly to your left. So as you're focusing on getting your bones, if you like, to move, just notice how different muscles will switch on, switch off quite gently. Notice how The thigh bones will move still, forward and back. Trying not to let them go outside of your train tracks. Notice how the weight shifts from your foot to foot and from heel to toe. And again, if this is going smoothly, just start to go quicker, speeding it up. And then just finishing the one that you're on. So we're going to go into gradual spine curl. So slowly to begin with, arms are going to be added at some stage. So just bring them alongside your body. Feet perhaps closer towards your sit bones, providing your knees are okay with that. And we're going to take a breath in. So you are going to go into a pelvic tilt, but I want you to almost resist that tilt. So it's tiny. So as you breathe out, connect your pelvic floor, your tummy, and just use those muscles to flatten your back. So without thinking of just letting your bones rock, use the muscles and then release. So it's very tiny, but hopefully you can feel a lot more connection for your tummy. Do that twice more. So as you breathe out, pelvic floor, not your bottom, tummy, flattening the back. Can you still relax your arms, your shoulders? And return. One more of these. Now we're going to start to go a little bit higher and add on an in-breath to hold. So you exhale, flatten your back. Try and keep the back of your rib cage down on the mat. So you're just lifting the pubic bone, tail up. So you start to work into the glutes probably by now and feel a stretch through your hips. Take an in-breath just to hold. Your out-breath, using your tummy to lengthen your lower back, your tail back down to the mat. Let your bottom switch off. Breathe in to go again. So exhale, connect the tummy, peeling away. With this in-breath, can you relax your shoulders, your chest? Out-breath to melt back down. So just one more of these. So now going into your full spine curl with arms. So breathing out, tummy, peel your tail away. In the sense now that you're feeling your heels pushing down, but your hips pushing upwards. Watching out that you don't come up too high. So you want that ski slope, down chest, up with the tail. Inhale, take both arms forward, up and back, keeping them just off the floor, but very active. Exhale, melting your spine back down. So as you're lengthening your tail, reach through your arms, try and drop your shoulders there. And then inhale, arms back alongside your body. And we're just going to do that twice more. So breathing out, tummy, tail, really standing into your feet. So you send your legs, your body forward rather than up into your head. Arms forward, up and back. Exhale, melting back down. Return the arms. And you're just going to do that once more. So really being aware of each vertebra as it's coming back down, connecting with your mat. And then this time I'm going to come back up and I am going to do some various adding on bits, and of course just do as much or as little as what feels right today, or carry on with your full spine curls. So to begin with, we're going to come back up into this spine curl position and just keeping your arms down. So you're going to lift right heel up and lower, left heel up and lower. So really working the crease in your bum, but also you are going to feel the backs of your legs. If at all, if you need to, just come down a bit lower so you get more bum rather than legs. One more either foot. Lift and lower, lift and lower. And keep the heels down, lift the balls of the foot up and down, up and down. Dig your heel, and that helps me feel my bum a little bit more. So as you lift the toes, dig your heel into the floor, really squeeze the crease in your bum. And then you're going to lift your right heel up, left toes up, and then switch, and switch, and switch. Bottom, bottom. Feet possibly walking away from me right now. So just one more either leg. And then melt the spine back down. Just bring your knees in towards you. And I just, well, for me, I need to stretch my inner thighs a little bit. Otherwise, just maybe circle the legs around, whatever you need to do. There's one more bit I'd like to do to take it up in your spine curl position. So when you're ready, let's just bring the feet back down. From your neutral position, connect the tummy, peel away to come up. So leveling up your hips, press a little deeper into your left footprint without swaying over there, and then bring your right knee up into a single knee fold. So left bottom is going to work hard now. You're going to bring the knee in and away, not quite touching the floor, in and away. Keep digging into that left glute, in. And if it becomes too much, come back down and just do that exercise where you press into the left foot to get your left bum working. If you can, you're going to stretch the leg straight up to the ceiling, flex the ankle, lower it in line with the opposite thigh, point and lift, lower and lift, lower and lift. And just notice how hard are your arms perhaps working on the floor to help keep you stable. Finishing with this leg reaching up to the ceiling, flex the ankle, lift, lift, lift. So your leg isn't particularly moving, it's your bottom going up, down, up, down. 4, 3, 2, bottom burning, lower the spine. So your right leg now, you're going to lower down to the floor and hug your left knee in towards you. So just draw the knee in. Relax your chest, your belly, open your elbows. And although you're pulling this knee in, your hips will probably be shifting a bit. So try and drop your left hip away from you. So you're just trying to have a sense that they're still level. And then stretch this leg up to the ceiling. So it's this hamstring that's probably a bit tight after that last exercise. So pull the leg in. And then just curl forward. Walk your hands up the leg and kind of get a nice stretch across the back of your shoulders. So although you're holding onto your leg, you're kind of sinking back between your breastbone. And then bend the leg back in and come back. We've got to repeat all that on the other side. So for those of you that don't want to add that, remember just stay on the floor and just press now into your right foot to get your right bottom working. Okay. So from here, make sure your feet aren't too far away. Connect the tummy, peeling away and up. So again, just be careful you don't come up too high. You can always come down lower, in fact, so you're really sinking the chest. So from here, transfer a bit of weight into that right foot, but keep your hips level. Fold your left knee into your knee fold position. It's going to come in first and away. In and away. And without looking at them, you're trying to keep your hips level. So it's possible the left hip now will have dropped because that bum isn't really doing anything. And then straight leg. So long lever, hip extension, hip flexion, extension, flexion. And again, you try and keep your hips perfectly still, shoulders away from your ears. Last one of these. Flex the ankle, lift your bottom up an inch, down an inch, up, down, up, down, up, 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 until you get that lovely burning sensation in your right bottom. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep this left leg lifted, lower the spine, lower the left leg down to the floor, and then gently draw the knee in towards you. So you could always hold the back of the leg if you've got any knee issues, you don't want to compress it too much. Elbows open, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Remember, trying to level up the hips. So you might need to just drop your right hip down a little. And then stretch this leg up to the ceiling, pull it in towards you. And then on this side, bring this right leg into your single knee fold. Curl forward, bring the knee on top of your hip, not too close to you to begin with. So your right arm will be on the outside of this right leg, left hand on the inside of your knee. Lift the other leg just off the floor, single leg stretch. Take a breath in. Breathing out and out. Again, hip flexion, hip extension, spinal flexion, being challenged. Tummy, tummy. Stop if you need to stop. Otherwise, bring your hands behind your head. Rotate towards the bent knee, armpit, up to knee, stretch, stretch. Trying to get both shoulders away from the mat. So you're still flexing forward, but adding that rotation. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. So just let your elbows open. Actually, perhaps just stretch your legs. Stretch your arms. Breathe deep down into your belly. And then when you're ready, we're going to just come into a hip roll position. Change ends. Okay. So we're going to start with the feet down. Feet together, knees together. Neutral pelvis, arms up above your chest. So palms facing inwards, and just let your shoulders melt back to the mat. Take a breath in. As you exhale, connect the tummy. Just going to do a little hip roll to your right, opening your left arm to the left. Turn your head as you place the hand on the floor. Breathing in here. Exhale, tummy, bringing you back to the center. Other side. So turning, breathing in, breathing out. So of course, take the arms out of it if you haven't got the space. That's fine. Just do your little hip roll. Remember what we did with the pelvic circles earlier on. Try and find those muscles around your hips, your waist, your tummy to make you, or to help you move your hips. So think, without moving your legs any further, can you get your right hip higher and your left hip down? Feel those muscles reacting. Return. One more like this either side. Letting your head just heavily roll. Let your neck, your face relax. And then exhale back to the center. Last one of these. So if you need to keep your feet down today, please do. Just carry on doing what you're doing now. Otherwise, double knee fold, knees and feet together. Same thing. Little hip roll to your right, left arm opens. Think about lifting your left hip, dropping your right hip. Use your out breath. Chest, ribs, tummy, shoulders dropping down. Other side. Turning. Right hip lifting. Exhale. Let your neck switch off. One more like this either side. It's just like you're drawing a nice line across the back of your pelvis from hip to hip. So making sure that your legs aren't either hanging away from you or hugging in too close. So directly above your hips. For those who want to, straight legs, same thing. Hip roll to your right. Of course, you could bring your feet back down to the floor. So make sure your thigh bones are up, not leaning, pulling away from you. And then lots more tummy needed to bring you back to the center. Other side, turning. Right hip lifting, right leg. Can you get it almost longer than your left leg? And then back to the center. One more of these, either side. Left leg stretch. Of course, you're stretching both, but a little bit more energy on that outside leg. Last one. Bend your knees. Hold on to the backs of your legs. Hug them in. Push them away. Have a little rock here. And coming up to your seated position. Okay. So sitting comfortably, which either cross-legged or long frog or whatever you need to do, sitting on a cushion perhaps. Just making sure you can feel your two sit bones and just taking your arms out to the side. So remember, always slightly in front of the side seams of your body. Sitting up nice and tall. You're going to float your right arm up, let that shoulder settle. And then lengthen up and over, anchoring your right sit bone down. Stretch, return. Other side, lifting up, leading with the top of your head. Both sit bones grounded into the floor. And then open. And again. Just making sure that you're not adding rotation. This is pure lateral flexion. So this hand mustn't go behind your body. Stretch into your armpit, your ribs, your waist. And then this time stay over to your left. So we are going to add some rotation. So press into the hand on the floor, turn your chest, reach the arm forward of your shoulder. So you're reaching forward, pulling back with your right hip. So I've got a two-way stretch going on here. Come back into your side stretch without bouncing up. So if you can just take this arm away from the floor, or your waist, your tummy, and use those muscles to help you restack and open. Last one. So over to your right, so it's lateral flexion. Then add your rotation, reaching the arm forward, pulling your left hip back. Try to breathe into that, any tightness that you're feeling along that left side of your body. Back into a side stretch. Lifting the arm up. And then restack. Open the arms and just circle the shoulders. And then we're going to come down onto your side. So from here, make sure you can still see me. You're going to place, if you've got any head support, between your ear and your arm. Legs lengthening away. Hand just in front of your chest, shoulder gently engaging in the back. So as you exhale, you're going to lift both legs off the floor. Keeping the legs parallel. In exhale to lift, inhale to lower. And lower. So although I'm using the word lift, just really stretch both legs away. And you probably find that you feel a reaction around your underneath waist, those muscles connecting. And then leave your top leg at hip height, and you're going to lift your underneath leg up and down, up and down. So really trying to connect your inner thighs, pelvic floor, tummy, and lower. Of course, if any of you want to take your arm away, you can put it either alongside your leg or up to the ceiling. And then both legs together, lift, lift, tiny, up. You're feeling your top waist, back a little bit working, shoulder in the back working. And then, oops, I'm going to hit the plant, but a small scissor. One leg forward, other leg back. Bring your legs together, and from here, you're going to come up into a Z sitting position, taking your top leg behind, and then you're just going to lean out onto your right hand, opening your left arm. Nice diagonal line from hand to hand. As you exhale, you're going to wrap the arm through, turn as much as you can, so feel the rotation. Face the front, lift, and then turn your spine, open your chest, open the arm. And again, so exhale, wrap through. Inhale, return, and then lift. Try not to just chuck your arm back, but get your spine, your chest, and then finally think of your arm. One more. Wrap through, and lift, and turn. From here into your mermaid and merman. So holding somewhere around this left knee. If you need to, just sit on a cushion on this right hip if it's uncomfortable. Taking your right arm up, hand behind the back of your head. Press your head into your hands and look up, lifting the elbow, and then really try and relax, first of all, actually your hips, your bottom, but also this left side of your body, just to get a really nice deep stretch into the right side. Now push your breath into the stretch. And then release from here. And then depending on how your knees are, you might want to just miss this bit out. If you're okay, you're going to lean forward and naturally it's going to pull you over there. So try and square, and you could stretch your back leg if you've got space. But you're just trying to get a bit of a stretch into your right glute. So lower down as much as you can comfortably, but think of tipping your tail upwards. And you're just trying to really square your chest, your shoulders. And breathe. So your in breath, relax your pelvic floor, your belly. Out breath, just a bit more release. So not thinking about switching anything on, but just trying to really relax and release. And then carefully coming out of this. And then we're just going to repeat that on the other side. So just take a moment to line yourself up so you're nice and straight. Feet would be slightly forward of your spine, so certainly not behind. Hand on the floor, connect the shoulder neatly in your back. And then stretch both legs so they just hover off the floor. So just take a moment here to get a good position. Feel the underneath the waist is lifted. Almost feel like you're pulling in this supporting arm. Exhale, little lift. Inhale to lower. So you could, if you feel stable, do the whole thing here or here. Or just bring the hand back down. Depends how you're feeling right now. So just really stretching your thighs. 2 more of these. And then leave the leg roughly at your hip height, underneath leg, up and down, inner thighs, pelvic floor, and lower. Bit of a squeeze, word I hate, but needs must. So can you feel your waist, your tummy, everything working when you draw that underneath leg up? Both legs together. Small, small, small. 2, 1, and then as you relax or lower the legs, just bring your top leg behind you. So you're going to lean out now onto your left hand, opening your right arm, and try and lift out of your joints so you're not already collapsing and sinking. So as you breathe out, you're going to wrap this arm through, turning head, neck, chest, ribs, and hips even. Face the front. Lift up out of your wrist, your shoulder, turn your spine, open your chest, stretch your arm a bit further. Twice more. So exhale. So in this position, feel your shoulder blades will widen. Return. And then they're going to draw together as you open the chest. Once more. So be careful of this other shoulder pushing forward to help you turn more. Just lift out of it. And then release. So coming into your mermaid, merman position. This is the side where my hip won't let me sit like this. So using the block to help. So right hand somewhere around this knee, thigh. Left arm, lift it up. Hand behind your head. And lift, really stretching into your left side, let your right side just switch off. And the feeling of just pushing your head back into your hand, that's supporting your head, your neck. Open the elbow. And then direct your breath. And then release. And then again, only if you're comfortable with this. Just realised I forgot to do scissors. Okay, never mind. You're just going to roll forward and down. So trying to square up your hips, your shoulders as much as you can. And now really tip your tail so you stretch into your left bottom. And just direct your breath right down to any tightness. Try and relax your hips, your belly. And then carefully coming back up. So from here, we're going to go into a cobra position. So lying on your front, if you need to, just put a cushion underneath the front of your pelvis. So you're going to have your arms wide, and we're going to start with cobra prep. So thumbs roughly lined up with your nose, forehead down, and just let your legs come to roughly a hip width position, nice and relaxed, but heels rolling inwards. Gently press the pubic bone down just to encourage a bit more length on your lower back, in your lower back, without working your glutes. So you're starting from that position. Exhale, tummy switching on, nudge your nose along the floor, shoulders drawing away from the ears. And you're just coming up to where you can without pushing through your arms. So that's going to be different for all of us. Breathing in here, and then lower back down. Tuck your chin in, relax. Shoulders, just let them slump forward. And again, tummy. As you lengthen your neck, draw your shoulders away without chucking your head back. Just lift the breastbone, but you will now be heavy on the pubic bone. Breathing in, and then lower. So if the back's not feeling great today, stay with this small one. Otherwise, we'll go into your full cobra. So tummy, shoulders, lengthen the neck. Start to press your hands into the floor to assist the lift of your spine. Now really opening your hips, lifting your chest. Breathe in. And then bend the elbows back as you come forward and down. And you could adjust your positioning of your arms. If you want to straighten them but couldn't, take your hands further forward. If that felt fine for your back, bring them in a bit closer. Go again. Tummy, lengthen, lift. So you're going to feel your legs, your bottom react to this. Really lift out of your hips, out of your lower back, out of your shoulders. And then forward and down. This next one I'm going to take into some rotation. If you want to ignore that, just carry on with your cobra as you've just done. Otherwise, you're going to come up. And you're going to bend your right elbow and look over your left shoulder. So your left arm stays straight-ish. And you roll onto your right hip. Then face your front, lift up. Other side, elbow, left elbow towards the floor. Head looks over your right shoulder. And then lift. Just do a couple more of those. So you are rolling from hip to hip. And although you're lowering your body down, still try and shine your chest up and forward. One more either side. And then you're going to come back down. Bring your hands into your chest. Lift yourself up. Tucking your toes under. Let your back just rest, let your body, just rest on your lap so your back gets quite a nice little stretch. Heels down, head down, tuck your chin in. And you're going to roll up your standing alignment. So we're just going to do some roll downs to finish because I'm unsure if at 12 o'clock it will suddenly switch off. So we'll just do a couple of roll downs and then I'll unmute you to see if you were actually able to see anything. All right, so taking a breath in. As you exhale, connect the tummy. Push your feet down, lengthen up through the back of your neck as you lower your head. Let your shoulders round forward, pubic bone forward, so really tuck your tail under. So working from top to tail, and then release the bottom. Hip flexors bring you down. Take a breath in here, and then push the floor away. Draw the abdominals back. Relax your bum, your legs as soon as you can. Restack your spine. And then just lift your heels up. Lower your heels down. To go again. So really trying to keep the pelvis still. So you've got to tuck under, your bum will react and switch on. And when you can't go any further, then you go all the way down. Breathing in at the bottom. And then breathing out to smoothly roll back up to standing. And again, just sway forward, lift your heels. Lift your arms. Still, calm. Lower your heels. We'll just do one more roll down with or without your arms. Remember, if you're using your arms, you've got to really, particularly here, soften your knees. So you tuck your chin in first. So you're going up and over, really lifting up and over your hips to come down. Let your shoulders relax. Breathing in, knees soft. So breathing out, lift your arms first. Tummy. waist, ribs, bringing you back to your upright position. Once you're upright, drop your shoulders, lift your heels, still, centered. Feel your fingers reaching up, your toes pressing down. Can you lift out of your hips a bit more? And then open. And just circle. And relax. Thank you very much.